Basketball fans back in the city, downtown Toronto, here in Yorkville. Gonna check out my guy Eric at Capsule and find out what they got stored inside this beautiful place. Let's go. Yo. All right, Eric, tell me the story of Capsule. Where y'all from? How long y'all been here?
So we originally opened our doors in 2004, and in 2006 we moved down to Yorkville, and we've been around ever since.
So you guys obviously decided to be downtown Toronto. It's kind of a cultural hub. Talk to me about Toronto and the need to have a presence in this space.
So Toronto is just the most multicultural city in the world. You see people coming from different backgrounds, and you get to see how different people see the same product from a different perspective. So we just got in our new collection from Raised by Wolves, which is a brand from Canada. All their stuff is made in Canada as well. So they feature various graphics. They feature heavy fabric, a lot of heavyweight stuff.
You guys got quite the cap collection too.
Yeah, so we specialize in a lot of different caps too. These are some custom made ones by our designers as well from Capsule.
So you have your own designers?
Yeah, so we design with New Era.
Okay.
So you wouldn't normally see these at any other stores, so these are designed by us.
All right, now this is of course a feature wall. Everybody's got to have their Jordans. You guys obviously investing heavy in the Jordan brand as well?
Yeah, Jordan brand is one of our staple, like the anchor brand at the shops. We get all the limited drops and stuff like that, so.
What's the most popular Jordan you guys got? I haven't seen this one. This one goes super hard. This is a Laker inspired one?
Yep, exactly. Jordan 1s are always popular, but these days, Jordan 2s. A lot of people are looking for Jordan 2s. The original Chicago colorway sold out instantly. Even this white and green one's very nice. Even the low cuts, actually, people are really into the Jordan 2 lows.
How much do you think nostalgia plays into it? Because you think back to your favorite shoe from your childhood and you just want to rock that out.
That's like a big thing, big driving factor for a lot of people to purchase. It's stuff that they missed out on or they just couldn't get back when they were younger. Now that they have the means to purchase these products, they can purchase it. Yeah, so that's for sure a big driving factor.
Now this is not something I expected to see here.
On is like a very technical running shoe. They're very comfortable and they're actually really good for running and stuff like that, like actual performance.
All right, when I'm on Queen Street, I've seen a lot of these. This seems to be the sneaker of the summer. Talk to me about Solomon. And am I saying it right? Yeah, Solomon?
Solomon, yep. Yeah.
And their arrival, not just as a technical shoe, because I believe it's a hiking shoe, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also kind of like the it shoe.
A lifestyle shoe, yeah. They've been trending for about past 3 to 4 years, I want to say.
I see them a lot.
The brand itself has always been around, of course, for like actual skiing, snowboarding. You know, in Toronto especially, people always want to stand out and stuff. You know, you want to be unique, so a lot of people are always looking for something different.
So this is a bigger trend within fashion, right? So we went away from like the wearing basketball sneakers everywhere to now we're kind of moving towards you can wear your hiking shoes to the club. It feels like there's a movement from the look to the feel with the emphasis of the consumer.
It's also with the aging factor as well. So a lot of the younger sneakerheads are starting to become older as well. They're getting into their late 20s to 30s, you know, some are 40. So like comfort is like big thing these days.
That appeals to me.
For sure.
Who's the guy now with the signature shoe, guy or girl, who has that shoe that people really want? What's that elite level superstar shoe?
Funny enough, it's still, I want to say it's still LeBron.
Yeah?
LeBrons are still selling well. Yeah, a lot of people have been actually playing basketball in them and they were saying it's a great basketball shoe. The new Jordans too, the new Jordans, like the models that are coming out right now, the numbered Jordans, so 36, 37s.
It's amazing that they got that high.
Exactly. Nostalgia plays such a big factor when it comes to, especially when it comes to Jordan shoes. So a lot of times they overlook the newer models, like the 36, 37s, but those are really, really well received as well for actually playing basketball.
As our tour of Toronto's hottest sneaker spots continues, we introduce you to 69 Yorkville Capsule. Make sure to come on down and check out their wares. I'm gone.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the Forum, 5519 Yonge Street. Best barbershop in the world, best city in the world. Fellas, we gotta talk Ja.
Yeah.
Right? So Ja's back this week, I believe. What do you think this spells for Memphis and Ja?
I think they're a good team. You know, they were above 500 when he was out. They got nice pieces. They've got swagger. They've been a great team all season. They've been coming up over the last few years. I think it will be fairly seamless because of the way their organization is structured. I feel like they took this seriously. If he fulfilled all the protocols and all the necessary things they had to do, I don't see a situation where they don't accept him back or things become muddy.
With Memphis, like you said, even without Ja, they've been over 500, and they like to be the villain, right? They play with a chip on their shoulder. They play gritty. They play tough. And I think they like the space that they're in, right? You're just adding to that now. It's just you're mixing and stirring. You're not getting somebody new. You're getting the best guard in the NBA right now.
I think the problem is worse than I thought it was. It seemed like the issue was a bit more than what was out there, and so how is that coming back? Did he go into a facility, and was it long enough?
Great point.
I saw some memes about that just like we're just like, this seems like a drive-through, right? And I don't know if that's going to do the trick,
But to your point there, I think when he checked into getting help and so forth, I also do think he's just immature, right? And sometimes you need that wake-up call, you need that shake, and it's like, whoa, I could have lost everything. I want to see what's going to happen, not with just Memphis, but how Ja is going to adapt and play on his career and who he's going to be. You're not just Ja Morant. You're pretty much, after LeBron, you're the face of the NBA right now.
The thing about the NBA is the money's guaranteed, right? It's not the NFL. So yes, it's a wake-up call, but that doesn't always work when money is guaranteed, right?
Great point, Randy. So my thing is, again, you call it a drive-through. Usually when they go into rehab, they're gone for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It felt like less than a week. I didn't think we were going to see him again this season, Yeah. And I think his dad should have joined him in rehab. I think that's where it starts. And that's always been the narrative, that these young men don't have that father figure around. Now he has a father figure around, right? And like you said, he needs a wake-up call. I don't think it's going to be from his friends and his circle around him. You can talk to Adam Silver, that's fine. But that's an hour conversation, then that goes away. Then you get back to what you were doing. And it takes a long time to change at 23 years old. So the question is, are we going to see a change, or is he going to offend again?
To your point, I think it was a wake-up call for T. Morant as well. And for me, he was the most disappointing in all of this, because the narrative, like you mentioned, for a lot of these young athletes is, and coming from impoverished communities and so forth, is no father figure, no structure. Well, the structure is sitting courtside. He's sipping tequila, he's getting litty with you, right? So you gotta be.
Which is a problem.
That it is a problem when you start to have these incidents.
Yeah. And they're number 2 in the West, right?
Tied with Sacramento at this point, yeah.
Tied with Sac.
Yeah.
So Denver's in first.
Yes.
Jokic and the boys.
Let me hear.
Oh, boy.
All right. So Jokic and Embiid.
I know we're gonna disagree here.
So Jokic and Embiid, right?
Okay.
So we got the 2 MVP candidates. So
wait, are we saying Giannis is not an MVP candidate?
I want to know that first. Let's put all the cards on the table.
Has he played enough games?
Giannis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yeah?
I would say.
Okay, sorry, I apologize. Okay. Let's go 3.
Okay.
Who's your MVP right now?
Nikola Jokic.
Right now, today, as we record this.
No, next week. Yesterday.
No. Listen, I'm gonna get this clear because it's such a tight race. It's changing week after week. With Denver, the only reason, and I was going with Jokic up until this point, and it may change next week. But they've slumped a bit. But to your point, Giannis we should still be talking about him, right?
They've got the best record in the NBA.
Best record in the NBA.
Yeah.
Top 3 in scoring, top 5 in rebounding.
Yeah, plays both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
But for me, it's Jokic because of 2 things. Well, the number one thing is the numbers on and off the court are off the charts, right? He's number 1 he's plus 27. The team is plus 27.
It's incredible.
The difference.
Incredible.
So they're minus 13 or minus 14 when he's off the court, and they're plus 13 when he's on the court. So that's a plus 27. That is miles ahead of what he was last year when he won the MVP. The team is so much better with him on the floor, and I don't know, to me, that's what the most valuable player is.
He kind of reminds me of that athlete that goes D1 and sticks around for one more year than he needs to. because then everybody starts to nitpick at his game, and scouts and fans you give them more time to think of everything that you don't do or you're not capable of doing. And the focus goes away from what you're actually really good at.
I think the issue is everybody keeps on harping on this 2 MVPs in a row and 3 MVPs. So obviously the bar is Larry Bird. People say, oh, Larry Bird won 62, 65, 69, won a championship. It's the most valuable player during the regular season.
Yeah, and if he won a championship last year, nobody would be talking about that. I think if you have better numbers than you did the year before and the year before that when you won the MVP, then you got to give it to the guy that's still doing it. I don't know. It's
contagious too. It's contagious, like exactly what he's doing with the team.
It's really just going to come down to how these teams finish, right? And if Philadelphia continues to be the hottest team in the NBA, I think it'll be hard to dismiss.
Yeah, if Philadelphia gets the 1 seed,
Yeah.
I think people are just gonna be like, oh my God, they were they were basically set at third the entire season, and then all of a sudden they went 12-1 the last 13.
If Denver continues to struggle going down the end, I think that changes it. For Jokic.
And
But we could have this conversation next week, and I have a completely different opinion. You have a completely different opinion.
And let's not discount what James Harden's doing. I mean, this guy's leading the NBA in assists, man.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Go figure.
Honestly,
James Harden.
I don't even think about James Harden anymore, to be honest with you, which is, I mean, Joel Embiid leading the league in scoring, that says something. You got to do that every night, I think.
And to that actually shows a lot of growth
maturity.
and maturity with James Harden too, because you're going into a situation where, Embiid is the guy, and you've played to that. You've adjusted your game. And we've seen a number of guards too, and I think Russell Westbrook is a prime example of a guy that his game didn't grow over his career, right? He didn't mature over his career. He's still trying to go 100 miles per hour, still wants to play 30 minutes a game and not adapting to the teams, right? What is it, 4 teams in 5 years? So all those teams can't be wrong. I think James has done a great job of now adjusted. He went from Brooklyn, took a backseat there because obviously you had Kyrie, you have KD. Now you go to a different type of player with Embiid, and you're figuring it out.
Dame time. He's upset with the way the NBA culture is going. Says he may not want to play in the NBA for too much longer. What's your take on it?
I think it's not the NBA culture, it's the fans' NBA culture, right? This is all driven by this, this 24-hour news cycle of fans just, this guy's a bum because he didn't win, this guy's good because he won, this guy sucks. Like, it's ridiculous. One team wins every year, 29 teams don't. And it's hard to win in the NBA.
Dame also made a point in, we're not appreciating the process anymore. Going through the process, getting drafted, appreciating the moment, living in the moment. That's the best league in the world, right? And Dame's one of the best players in the world. But for me, it's Portland's front office deserves a bit more pressure because you have a stud in Dame. You've had him for the last, dang near, 8, 9, 10 years, and you haven't put the pieces around him.
Joakim Noah said it best years ago when LeBron was in Cleveland the first time around. He's like, nobody wants to go to Cleveland on vacation, right? Nobody wants to go to Portland. It's not a sexy town. At
the end of the day, I want to see Dame win. Right? I want to see him win, whether it's in Portland, whether it's somewhere else, because I think, I don't want to see him go down as one of those what ifs.
And it's funny, I think we pick and choose too who doesn't win a championship, who we think, oh, they're not winners, right? Because do we ever talk, like Allen Iverson didn't win a championship. The guy's 6'1", played in the NBA, led the league in scoring multiple times, got to the finals, one of the most exciting players to ever play the game. If you say he's not a winner, you're an idiot. So I think if you say Damian Lillard's not a winner, same rules apply.
I agree. Dame is winning. You saw that contract extension, right? It's 2 years, 120. He's okay.
He won.
He's okay.
He won.
He's okay.
Basketball fans, welcome onto the set of Raptors today. Akil, Augustine, Paul, Jones, Sherm, Hamilton, taking a look at the final 10 games of the regular season for the Toronto Raptors. Fans are curious, what is a fair expectation of playoff seeding? Jonesy, I'll start with you for this group.
I'm just looking at the numbers, Akil, and not that it's impossible to make up some of those games, but realistically, 7 or 8, I'm not sure you can get to 6. That's 5 back with 5 in the loss column with 10 to go.
Come on, Brooklyn. Fall apart.
Yeah, they're not backing their way through the field like everybody thought. You want to get to 8 though. I mean, if you can get to 8, you got 2 chances to get into the playoffs, and one of those games will be at home if you need it. So I think ideally, if you're the Raptors, you want to try and get to 8.
I say 8 is a realistic goal, but if you want to have a lofty bar, you go at 7, and we know this team has lofty ideas of what they can do. So 7 would be great, but I could see them getting to 8 if they take care of business, and then you get a little bit of help on the other side. But at the end of the day, just play what you're playing, do what you have to do, and then let the chips fall where they may.
All right, a big part of getting to whether it's 6th, 7th, or 8th is going to be on the offensive
Still got
side.
6 in mind, huh?
You know what? I'm saying it to the fans who are holding their breath. Obviously, I'm going to say it's off the table, but let's talk about a change in the Raptors' offense. They've been really reliant on Pascal throughout the year, but Sherm, this pick and roll with Fred and Jakob really changes what the opportunities this team has of doing on offense.
It does. It changes everything. I mean, Jakob Poeltl's mobility, his versatility, his screen setting, his rolling to the basket, his short rolls, his ball handling, decision making. He has all the skills you want in a Nick Nurse offense in a 7-footer who has athletic skills. So he's the perfect fit. And then we know the familiarity of these guys, Fred and Yak getting back together. And now, as we've talked about many times, the offense is not one-on-one Pascal on one side trying to attack or in the middle of the lane trying to attack. They have more flow, side-to-side action, more ball movement, more punching and kicking, and all of a sudden now defenses have to react, and Yak is doing a great job. If he's not in the screen and roll, being active on the glass, then the other side of the basketball defensively, he's doing some very, very good things with his sides around the basket.
I just think he helps everybody find a role. Nick Nurse's offenses are always predicated on when you got a big guy, he's got to be able to be a playmaker, and Poeltl does that. And the other guy that's playing well in that is Fred. Sherm talked about the familiarity. The breakdown comes off the screen and roll sometimes. They play screen and roll, Fred gets into the lane, now the defense has to come up, and you have the philosophy of drive, kick, swing. You have the drive, but it comes off the screen and roll action. Now you get a paint touch, and now the defense has to scramble, and the Raptors are ahead of you. You can't run down the ball.
Makes the initiating that offense a lot easier. All right, well, do remember you can catch more of us on Raptors Today weekdays on NBA TV Canada. We'll see you guys next time.
Like young women, like you're the next generation, you're the next CEOs, the next vice presidents, the next presidents. It starts now with proving it and making sure people know and understand that you're for real.
We just want to be here and be pillars for them and be strong allies for them and just continue to push their game forward because we need them to grow and they should have the same opportunities as everybody else.
Being here as a group, we've all inspired each other one way or another. It's been such a beautiful experience, and there's nothing more that I could have asked from this experience.
We're all here because of their love for the game of basketball and all sports, so we just want to be there to continue to help push that forward.
So post-game, Jimmy Butler, after the L, gets back to the locker room, rocks out to Nickelback.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to know what song it was. I was like, look, I was so interested in putting, a song choice to this whole story, and I'm picturing it. I pictured him going, "Never made it as a wise man." That's what I pictured happening, and I love that.
Somebody side this guy. All right, give me an NBA star. Give me their guilty pleasure, what they're rocking out to.
After the game, is it a win or a loss, or is it?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Man. It's up to you.
Something that makes you feel better inside.
I'm gonna go Anthony Davis.
Oh no.
It's got to be something by Prince. It's got to be something by Prince because he shows that man shows flashes of greatness. Yeah. But then there's other days. are you doing?
Game blouses.
What's going on? What's
Game
going on?
blouses.
So yeah, I gotta go 80 and Prince. I'm going 80 and Prince.
Hey. I feel like anything Kawhi Leonard is just funny.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, man.
any song Kawhi likes, I just feel like is a guilty pleasure because I
Yeah.
just don't picture him liking music. It's just a weird thing to say about somebody. But I'm gonna go with like John Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer." Kawhi Leonard goes home and just blasts that.
I feel like Kawhi just goes home, he just sits in the dark. Like he just walks in and just sits there like this.
Nah, he's not Aaron
But he
Rodgers.
just
He's
sits
not
there.
doing that.
He listens to a
He's not Aaron
podcast.
Rodgers. He ain't doing
He
that.
just-
I think I got Joel Embiid rocking some Christina Aguilera, man.
Yeah, I can see
I can see that.
I can see that.
I can see that.
Genie in a
Burgers and
bottle?
fries. Yeah.
Little old
Yeah, I see
Christina.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit that,
no,
yeah, you hit
you're
that one.
beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Thank you,
feel
thank
like at
you,
the end of
thank
a
you.
game, I feel like he needs to be told he's beautiful and feels better.
He needs a rub in the back. He needs a pat in the back.
Yeah. You're beautiful. That was bad.
Hi, and welcome to The Drop, the lifestyle sneaker show that gets you caught up on all the good stuff out now and coming soon. I'm your host, Joe, aka Joe is the New Black. Time for some fun. Let's go. Well, here's a unique one. Nike SB and Jordan Brand team up to honor the late Sandy Bodecker with a special SB edition of the Tinker Hatfield designed Air Jordan 4 in this pine green. The shoe features a deconstructed upper with flexible plastic detailing, visible Nike Air window in the midsole. We got a zonal gum rubber outsole for traction, Jumpman logo on the tongue, and Nike SB branding on the heel. Ooh, baby. Also just dropped are these retro Nike Air Zoom Generations in white and varsity crimson. Yes, the shoe takes you back to the very beginning, LeBron's first signature shoe. The shoe features crisp, durable leather, Nike Air cushioning in the forefoot and heel, and a special golden stitch date on the inside of the shoe, reminding you that King has been doing his thing for 20 years. Nike is set to drop the iconic Air Max 186 Original Big Bubbles. Using CT scans, the shoe is a perfect replication of the original larger Nike Air unit and window used in the 1986 Originals. Yes, the shoe that unveiled Nike Air to the world way back in March of 1987 returns, with not only the big Air window, but with Nike Air branding on the heel, a leather and mesh upper, all with that perfect throwback color blocking. Speaking of trailblazing sneakers, Nike is set to bring back the legendary Nike Air Foamposite 1 in the OG white and black colorway. Yes, the classic hoop shoe Penny Hardaway wore in 1997 returns with its unique white molded upper and tumbled black leather accents. The shoe features the infamous Penny logo on the heel and a semi-translucent outsole. And finally, Jordan Brand is set to drop the Air Jordan 11 Retro Low in this gray and university blue colorway. The shoe combines elements from the Concord and Bread models of the AJ11, including full-length air sole cushioning, gray patent leather mudguard on the upper, university blue colored Jumpman logos on the insole and heel, and an icy blue semi-translucent outsole. And that's it for this week's episode. So many kicks, so little time. We'll see you next time with more good stuff on The Drop. Thanks for watching.